Boom, baby.
Boom, baby.
Boom, baby.
What's up, Aaron?
How you doing?
Oh, you know, I'm great. How you doing?
I know you're great.
Yeah. It's all I ever am. It's the only kind of pictures I take.
Yeah.
Crayons.
Oh my God. I remember the confidence of fucking 19, 20-year-old me. I had to send someone a proof and I brought it to them in person and I said, what do you think of this? And he said, looks great. And I said, I know, but what about the proof?
I love it.
He was like, what?
Uncomfortable.
I'm an old man.
Instantly uncomfortable.
Please stop. I'm going to get arrested.
I love it.
Because I looked, 12.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's like, we're not on the island.
Yeah. He's like, I'm sure we're not supposed to do this in public.
What's the code word?
I'll meet you later.
Here's my card.
God damn!
Anyway, what's your goddamn?
Well, my goddamn is real simple, Stacey, and it is that we are about to be bajillionaires.
Yeah, we are. You guys do not believe what we have in store for you, although you will not be shocked once you hear.
Well, as we all know, we've dropped out of society and our lives and things, and when you quit corporate America, your parting gift...
Corporate dropout.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
parting gift from corporate America was...
a metal detector.
That's right.
We took it out.
I used my point system at my corporate America job, where they'd be like, "You've done a great job. Here's 10 points."
It's basically like a Sky Mall magazine that you get to choose from.
Right. And I collected all of my great points, and I used my Sky Mall magazine, where everybody else buys nice couture
set.
watches or cufflinks or brand name luggage. I was like, well, first thing I got was a karaoke machine. Honestly, that is what kicked off karaoke nights.
That's a staple. Every good house needs a karaoke machine, you know?
Right. But then I hoarded them up and I got a metal detector.
You got a metal detector.
Because I can't be poor in the afterlife.
That's what I'm saying. And we got to take it out for the very first time.
Took that baby
week.
for a spin.
Oh, man.
On the beach.
What a
during
fucking treat.
Peak tourist hours.
Peak tourist. It's
sunset.
Just gotten sunny in San Diego again, too.
Again, it's like 90 degrees.
Yeah,
in
winter
February.
is over.
Yes.
And the beaches are packed again. So we're like, where should we go? The beach, the most populated area of the beach, too? Sure, yeah. Tell them what we found, Stace.
We found a tin can that wasn't even buried. It wasn't even tin. It was aluminum.
We saw it with our eyes first.
But we waved our metal detector over it, and it went beep, 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 consistently.
The detector detected that there was metal
amazing.
there. Honestly.
And we found some seashells, not with the detector.
Because those aren't metal.
With our eyes.
We are one step closer. We're learning how it works, and we were out there. And
for hours, we were out there.
We got people looking at us real fucking strange. Like, do they know how that works? There was one man who definitely laughed at us, and I was like, just don't look.
There was one man who asked us,
does that detect gold only? And we're like, yeah, that's why it's so rare.
That's why it's never getting any
That's
hits.
why
he held up his hand, like his gold ring. Like, does it detect gold? And I said, it detects metal. I did not help him or answer him. And then I quickly realized that we were in dangerous territory because I was like, oh no, is this guy trying to hang out and metal detect with us?
He was a solo dude with his shirt off. Yeah.
Right. And then, because first of all, let me answer your questions about the metal detector. Second of all, let me now field those questions and leave this conversation instantly that I realize what is happening here.
Oh, wait, never mind.
I'm out. And then we just kind of turned away and kept walking. Like, all right.
Yeah, I was out of that conversation. Yeah. I did see him lift his hand, and I think I was holding the detector at the time, and I was like,
do you want me to wave it?
Yeah, do you want me to see if that's real?
But then
real metal?
That could end up in a pickly situation.
It could.
If it doesn't detect.
You know what I mean? Be like, I'm sorry, whoever sold that to you.
That is hitting on tin, not gold.
You should take it back.
Acting like we actually know what we're doing, though, was fucking hysterical. Because when we got there, we had brought a shovel. And the metal detector. And then we were like,
the smallest shovel, like a hand shovel at the beach in wet sand. I don't know if you've ever tried to dig in that. That shit is hard.
Also, evidently you're not supposed to metal detect in wet sand. Who knew? I feel like that's where all the treasures would be.
Yeah, the sand really.
But you get ground interference.
Ground interference and the salt interference.
Saltwater interference. Guys, listen, I know these are kind of technical terms, so I hope you're able to keep up with us. And it's something we learned during a 5-second Google check on the beach.
While we were there actively with it on going boop, 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 boop.
I don't think it's working.
In front of fucking tourists. And we're like, either there's something right here where we turned it on and we should start digging immediately in front of all these people. Or let's walk a little and see if it calms down.
I'm gonna start yelling Eureka out of nowhere.
Yeah, but I'm super excited to get back out there because ain't no
we
way to
figured
make
it
money
out by
without
the
doing
end.
it. You know what I mean?
I took her for a spin in the backyard. If you'll notice, she's just sitting in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had to come put her back in the shed, I was like, well, let's just take her for a spin. Because I feel like by the end of it, we actually had a good rhythm going. And there was a lot of saltwater interference. But in the backyard, it's pretty consistent. Like, it kept hitting on the same spot, but I just didn't want to dig because it's probably just trash. Or there's a fucking treasure in my backyard, and we have some hunting to do.
We do have some hunting to do. You probably have a normal size shovel here, too.
I do, girl.
You
I
just
do.
take that bitch out. I feel like we should test it. It's for sure a bottle cap because you've had parties in your backyard.
Yeah, that's all I have in my bag. They're littered in my bag. And it's for sure
like a pop-top.
Corona one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, but wait, when we got to the beach, we didn't even have a fucking sand sifter.
Oh,
we had to go to like fucking Hamels.
Yeah,
and
the
buy
fucking-
a toy sand. So we're walking around with like a toy pail
Bucket.
and shovels
With a toy rake.
and a toy and toy boats. We left the toy boats in the car. But then
We
then
shouldn't
just
have.
a fucking legit metal detector.
Mhm.
And then I've got like the whitest brim hat I own on. And look, I fucking bought a beach sweater while I was there too. So I just look like a bum, literally.
Mhm.
You had your cute little buns in and a trucker hat. So we for sure look like lesbians out there.
Oh, yeah.
And my fucking sweater was rainbow. Like,
I forced you. I was like, this is the cutest one with the rainbow sweater. And like right after, I was like, definitely look like lesbians.
I thought of it immediately and was like, sign my ass up.
Every time.
And
I
that
love
guy
a good
still shot a
rainbow.
shot.
You know, he did. He did. That's good for him.
Oh my God, you want to hear my goddamn?
I sure do.
Because I have two.
Ooh, okay.
The first one, more importantly, is about my dog Chelsea. So you kind of already know some of this. But for the rest of other people, she's a little old lady. I've had her for a long time. And a long time ago, I took her to the vet because she was limping. And they were like, anyway, she blew out her whole fucking knee. I don't know. I don't remember the technical term of what happened. Her ACL. I don't know what it was. But they were like...
She has been a fucking gazelle, though,
yes.
since she was a baby.
Oh my God. This
Like-
dog can fucking book it. You leave the door open, she's gone.
Yeah.
And she loves to run forever.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
she
6
should-
foot high wall. She's like, I'm just going to prance to the top of it.
Yeah, she's
What the
very...
fuck?
She's very, like... leggy
Spindly?
and stringy, spindly. She's like a little baby deer, a gazelle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so she fucked it up jumping around, took her to the vet, and they were like, yeah, shit's fucked. You're going to have to do surgery. I looked into the surgery and I was like, yeah, we just take the whole fucking leg and twist it around so it's backwards so that the joint sits nicely. And then she's got to be in a kennel for 6 months. And I was like, the fuck? Now, meanwhile, I had just spent like $3,000 on Goober's eye to be removed or some shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah,
And
Chell,
then put him down like a month later.
right, like it's not gonna happen. And they gave me some meds for her. Like whenever she's sore, just give it to her, have her rest, whatever. So that's what we've been doing. She's actually like she'll heal and walk on it normally and be totally fine. And then sometimes like she'll jump around and then start to limp. And I gotta be like, well, fuck her, don't jump on the hill, man.
Yeah.
Like go around. Use
You're
the
an
steps.
old woman now. Use
Yeah.
your walker, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Use the steps that we've given you so you can still get to these high places.
Exactly. Well, we went on a walk recently, like last week or something, and when halfway through the walk, it was really hurting. But like her whole demeanor, she didn't give a fuck. She just went and put the leg down, but she's like still wanted to go. But we had to like turn around and walk her back. And I've been giving her little pain meds, and it seems to be working. But she's clearly injured it again. Like she's limping really bad. And then Erin came over to record last week, and right as we opened the door, Chell just fucking splayed out all her spindly legs right out like fucking a square or something.
Yeah.
And then her belly was straight on the ground. I've never seen her do it. And she wouldn't get back up. And she
And it was like
laying
right in the doorway when I
Right.
walk in. And she's always excited to see me because who wouldn't be, right?
Right, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like to the point where I couldn't even close the door or come in.
couldn't
She was
get
just
in.
right there
Yeah.
and on the ground.
And she wouldn't move. But she wasn't whining. She wasn't shaking. But she wouldn't move. I panicked instantly.
Comatose.
Like if a person shows up with a gunshot wound, zero panic. I got it. I'll handle it. Call 911. You do this. I'm on it. Tourniquet. Give me the scalpel. Fucking anything with an animal, I lose all executive function. I shat myself on the carpet.
You kind of did. You were like, Erin, I'm panicking. I was like, we're okay. Everything's okay.
No, you had to handle it.
See, I'm the opposite. If it's a person, I'm like, I'm going to go so
Yeah.
you can find the appropriate care.
I basically left you with my dog. I was like, I don't know what to do.
I will guide your dog however we need to go, baby.
Anyway, she eventually, like, we coaxed her back up and she was okay, but limping on it. But I told Lee that story and Lee was like, fuck that, she's going to the vet. And I was like, oh no, it's going to be $1 million. Like, for sure, it's not going to be good. Anyway, so my goddamn is that Lee is at the vet with her right now. And I was super worried about what the news was going to be. But then he just texted me being like, she's great. She just needs fish oil, which, like, questions.
Does that stop spontaneous comas?
Anyway, so that's my first goddamn and my real one. My second one that I'm just eager about is that the Clintons are being deposed right now.
Oh, is that happening right now?
Yeah.
I haven't
Hillary's
even heard that.
today, Bill's tomorrow.
Oh.
So far, all I've
that's
heard
good.
is that Hillary denies ever meeting Epstein. And I just did a quick Google search real quick in the files just to be like, is she
in a
is
picture
it
with him?
plausible?
Yeah.
And the first email I found was some guy, Lutnick, soliciting Epstein to basically donate to Hillary for America Fund when she was like, going to be president in 2016.
Yeah.
So I didn't find the paper trail that Epstein actually did donate, just the invite to donate.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and assume he did.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want Trump to win.
Right.
So for you to probably get millions of dollars from this man and say you've never met him, I'm going to go ahead and believe that that's not true.
Well, now, it's still plausible that she never met him. Does that count through emails and things? That doesn't mean that she never had any contact with him.
It was for a dinner for her thing. For her, it's an intimate dinner with Hillary is what it was.
Ew.
I know. So I don't know. I guess you could say
there's still
plausibly.
Depending, and it's stupid fucking
semantics.
Exactly. It's dumb, but
right.
Okay, maybe.
So I'm going to go ahead and go with what I told Lee this morning. Because also Bill Gates came out and was like, you got me. I'm sorry. I did cheat on my wife with 2 Russians after knowing Epstein. And I did, I don't know if he admitted this, but it came out that he tried to spike Melinda's beverages.
Who the fuck is Melinda? His wife?
Yeah, his wife with antibiotics because he had an STD and he didn't want to admit to her because he got an STD from the fucking shit he was doing on the islands. But he did come out.
The STDs that probably ran rampant there. I never once considered it.
Jeffrey Epstein had a really bad reoccurring one. And so there's a bunch of pictures of his fucking swollen ass mouth and he couldn't get it under control with antibiotics. Yeah. So it's a real problem. And he was trying to spike his wife to cure her, not admit that he cheated on her. But he just came out and said that he did sleep with 2 Russians. Now, in an email thread that Jeffrey Epstein wrote, he says something like, if Bill Gates doesn't XYZ, then we're going to talk about the Russians. He can't get out of that. So I'm assuming that this is his fucking...
Getting ahead of it.
Right. There were 2 Russians. That's why he said Russians, but that was it. And also nobody mentions ages or anything. So I'm telling Lee this, right? And Lee is like, well, I mean, we don't know the ages of them yet. So innocent until proven guilty. And I don't know why, guys. I don't mean to be psychotic because I know I am, especially when it comes to Epstein files. But for my own husband to say that to me, I was like, no. See here, because here's my problem. And it's the same thing with Hillary, okay? Sure, semantics. Maybe you just leave out the ages or whatever. Or maybe it really was. They were of age. But the problem for me is that you're a bajillionaire and you've known about this for since the 97s or whenever you were going there. You've kept your fucking mouth shut this entire goddamn time. And then all of this still exploded. You continue to lie to us and be like, I regret any time I spent with him, but I wasn't really that close of friends with him. And then now you're spoon feeding me little pieces of truth. I don't fucking believe you.
We weren't very close.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I'm now going to believe the victims who say that you guys were awful.
Yeah.
And Hillary Clinton is also in that. All the Clintons are. I don't want to blame anybody that doesn't deserve to be there.
Right.
But to be like, well, I mean, semantics. Okay, sure, but still the overarching problem still is that they know something and they're not saying anything. So
consider
I'm gonna go ahead
they were 18
and put you in a bucket of doing illegal shit.
Yeah. But even consider that the girls were 18. Do you think that they were there willfully?
Right.
Do you think maybe they started when
willfully?
they were 16, you know? Maybe they started when they were younger and then now they're older, but does that automatically not make them a victim?
I don't know.
Right?
Of
to this
trafficking?
Authority person who's keeping them at their island and keeping them drugged and all of that?
I would think it would. But some people will be happy to hear that today's case, this week's case, is not about Jeffrey Epstein.
All right.
At least there's no ties that I know of. Maybe.
But if you can connect them, let us know.
I'll be the first that's excited to hear.
Right.
No, but I went, just because every time I do the Epstein cases, it takes me literally days of research to find that shit and put it all together. Which if you're not impressed with what I'm putting out, that's fair. Maybe I just suck at it. But guys, I've been putting in a lot of time and effort. So this week we kind of ran out of time because of baseball and shit. So I went with a non-Epstein case.
All right.
Do you want to hear it?
I do. It still sounds, juicy, I guess.
It is. Actually, it's a case that a lot of people here might know about because if you are a true crime fucking binger,
Aficionado?
like all of us, then you've probably heard about this one.
Okay, what is it?
It is about Tara Grinstead.
Okay.
Grinstead.
Haven't heard of it. At least not the
I
name.
feel like you might. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start this off right away, because if you haven't heard the name yet, then go binge listen the podcast called Up and Vanished. I think the host's name is Payne. I binged this like...
What an odd name to
I
name your
know.
baby. Your sweet little baby. Pain. How was birth? This is Pain. Middle
it's
name.
spelled like
Fuck.
Payne or something like that.
Yeah, I'll bet it is.
Yeah. I wonder if that's just like his like fucking
Surname?
ghostwriter name. Yeah.
Probably.
Anyway,
He was actually Paisley and he didn't like it.
It's like, we'll go by Payne. But I had binged this. I think it might have been during COVID or something. But it was like every day at work I would listen to it. And it had already been a couple seasons in. So it was fun to follow. But essentially the guy just picks a case in his hometown or like close to his hometown to study, like a missing persons case. And they fucking essentially go on to solve it. So if you want to listen to years of research and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I
Go
wanna
listen
do
to
that.
it. Highly recommend. Even though I'm going to tell you the gist of the story, there are so many more details in this podcast.
Okay.
So if you're looking for a good one and you haven't listened to Up and Vanished, go back and listen. And here I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes, okay? So,
In our version.
exactly. So Tara Grinstead, she was born November 14th, 1974 in Hawkinsville, Georgia, to her parents Bill and Faye.
Okay.
She had one younger sister named Anita, and that's all I have really on her childhood.
Got it. Anita and Tara. Tara
right.
and Anita.
Yep. I said I don't have much on her childhood, but I do know that she participated in beauty pageants a lot. See, this is where I'm like, oh, is there a Trump thread? I don't know.
So it could be connected.
See?
This is what you're saying.
Yeah, you never know. Okay, but I did not investigate. Okay, so Tara was involved in a lot of beauty pageants. In 1999, when she was 25 years old, she won the title of Miss Tifton. I guess she moved to Tifton from Hawkinsville, and that is about an hour away from Hawkinsville. So,
Okay. What state is this in?
Georgia.
Okay. Georgia.
So she won the title of Miss Tifton. Won the whole fucking pageant at
Okay.
25.
Wow,
Also in
good for her.
1999, she competed in Miss Georgia beauty pageant, which was like her big goal in life was always to compete and potentially win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think she won, but she did compete.
Okay.
She used the money that she won from these pageants to help pay for her college. And by 2003, she had graduated with a master's degree in education, and she began her career as a high school teacher teaching history
Cool.
at Irwin County High School in Ocilla, Georgia, which is like 20 minutes from Tifton. So we're all in the same area.
Okay. So these high school students had a beauty pageant teacher for history. I bet they
Yeah.
liked her class.
I bet they fucking loved her class. Also, she had a master's degree. Her goal was to become a principal, I think. But she started off as history teacher.
Yeah.
Okay?
I would have a framed photo of me in like Miss fucking Georgia.
Yeah, on the desk every time.
Like on the wall by the clock. You know, where the kids look all the time.
Ah, yes, back in my beauty years.
Mhm. Or just over the clock.
All I think of is when I was in, I don't know, sometime in high school, I had an English teacher who was a total babe. Like, and she was younger and she was so nice. And I legit learned how to write from her class. Like, it was that class that, like, she read my essay out loud and the whole class was like, who wrote that? Who wrote that? And I was sitting there like, me. 'Cause it was, you know.
What teacher was it?
I don't
High
remember
school?
her name.
Our high school?
Yeah, it was our high school. She had black hair. She was cute. Like, she always wore really nice clothes. I could tell you she was the ASB teacher. Like, ASB room was in her class. Like, when you would go get chips
I don't
and
think
you
I
go
ever
to
had
ASB.
her. Yeah.
I don't remember her name. If somebody said it, though, I'd be like, that's it. I bet you every boy in our high school remembers her name. And I feel like she had whale tails sticking out all the time every time she bent over or something.
Yeah.
Because it was the era of whale tails. And she was probably only 10 years older than us or some shit.
Yeah.
But she legit was a good teacher. Like, she made everything a fun game, like learning how to say words and stuff. She always used comics, and then she would do like popcorn games that probably makes everybody terrified. But my dumb hyper ass was like, pick me, pick me, pick me.
I love it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I only remember Mr. Robinson because he got me into James Patterson, and he was high.
Oh,
All the fucking
I
time.
don't think I had him.
He was a lot of fun.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay, sorry.
So back to Tara.
Tangent.
Tara, the hot teacher, teaching history.
Okay.
So by the fall of 2005, Tara, who had been dating a former Ocilla cop, I don't even know if I'm saying the town right.
Okay.
So sorry, guys. He had been a former cop of the town. and his name was Marcus Hopper. They had been dating for 5 years at this point.
Okay.
And they were kind of off and on. It sounds like maybe it was a little bit of a tumultuous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But by this time, in the fall of 2005, they had recently broken up. And Tara was really distraught about the separation.
Okay.
From what I gleaned from it, it all sounds like Marcus was overseas in like the army or something. And while he was gone, Tara said something in an email that made it kind of sound like she wasn't interested anymore. And then instead of like communicating like adults, they just left it at that. And Marcus assumed they were separated. And then he came back stateside. And Tara found out through a friend that he was stateside. And she went to go visit him. And he was like, yeah, we're not a thing anymore. And she was like, what the fuck? So that's why she was surprised. But also, it kind of sounds like there might have been some infidelity in their little relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Allegedly. We don't know for sure, but just to kind of explain.
Also, if you think that it's over without clarifying, is it still infidelity?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. So she was distraught over it, though. Like, even though she kind of participated in it all, she was like, damn it, Marcus.
Yeah, you were supposed to fight for me.
Right. So now cut to October 22nd, 2005. Tara, who's 30 at this time, she had volunteered at a local beauty pageant called the Sweet Potato Pageant. I did Google that in the Epstein files and nothing popped up.
I'm glad you did.
Just because it was the easiest, lowest hanging fruit. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nope, not involved.
Oh, they're not involved in the sweet potato pageant in Georgia?
But I did not look
fucking
up
small
if
town
Trump
Georgia.
was. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a
Who
small
knows?
town.
Who knows? Maybe that's where you get the best people to traffic.
Mm-hmm.
God.
That's where they come from. I feel like it should have been sweet peaches. Like, why are they sweet potatoes?
I don't know. Well, what's weird is, like, in Nyland, California, they have, like, the tomato festival. I'm like, do we get a lot of tomatoes from the desert? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. There has to be some sort of lore or story there.
You would think it'd be like the lettuce or cabbage or whatever they're growing out there.
I don't
you
know. Yeah, the fucking, oh, goddamn.
Tomato festival.
I don't
That's
know.
Weird.
Who knows? Okay, so anyway, she was helping to coach the girls and get them ready for the pageant.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
She had opened up her house to these girls who were competing, and so they could get all together and they would do their hair and makeup, and she would help, like, yeah, do this, do that, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she goes to the pageant, all her and the girls, they leave her house and they go to the pageant around 3 p.m., and it's over at 7 p.m. She then leaves the pageant and she talks to somebody outside, and she heads to a barbecue at a friend's house his name was Troy, okay? I don't know much about Troy. I didn't go off all these little spider webs. The Up and Vanish podcast goes into detail on everybody. So she goes to a barbecue at Troy's house, and the barbecue goes great. And at the end of it, Troy walks Tara to her car for the night, and she heads home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 11 p.m. at this point. It's also important for me to note that this is a Saturday, October 22nd. So then the next morning is Sunday, October 23rd.
Okay.
So all Sunday, Tara's mom and a close friend of Tara's, a man by the name of Heath Dykes, had been calling Tara all day Sunday, and she hadn't been answering. And they were starting to get concerned because it wasn't like her, right?
Yeah.
Now, Heath Dykes, he's also a police officer from a local, like a town, one town over or some shit. And I think there was kind of like this insinuation that there might have been something going on between the two of them. At the very least, they were good friends and they hung out.
Okay.
But I couldn't really tell. I don't know. And I don't remember from the Up and Vanish podcast. But anyway, so Heath Dykes, okay? Trying to get a hold of her all day. Her and her mom can't get a hold of her.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
Okay.
By 12:30 a.m. on October 24th, so this is like Sunday night, early Monday morning,
Mm-hmm.
Tara's mom gets so concerned that she calls Heath and asks him to go check on Tara. Now, it's the fucking middle of the night, so I find this kind of odd.
Yeah.
Unless Heath was like a close family friend, or maybe he was on duty that night. And
or they
Tara's
were in
mom
communication.
knew.
Yeah, he could have been on duty.
Yeah, and so Tara's mom's like, can you go swing in and check on her?
Okay, yeah.
And Heath is like, yep, I'm on it. So I think that's a big ask, but evidently it was not, and he goes and does it.
Nice.
He gets to her house, knocks on the door, and of course nobody answers. So he uses a credit card to shimmy the door open. What a skill to have, you know? So he shimmies.
You can't do that with normal doors anymore, just so you know.
I know, and this is the 2000s, so maybe? Anyway,
Weird.
So he shimmies the door open, and it's not clear what he sees or doesn't see, but I do know he doesn't see Tara, because he leaves.
Okay.
All right? Tara's not there. I don't know anything else other than that. The following day, on October 24th, which was a Monday, Tara failed to show up to work, which was really unlike her,
Yeah.
as her history teacher self. And by 8:15, Tara's coworkers had gone to her house to go check on her because they were so shooketh, right?
Yeah.
This must be a real small town.
Yeah.
Who's going to teach history?
We don't have any subs.
Let's go knock on her door. So the coworkers go, they ask some neighbors to help, and they go like knock on Tara's door. Nobody answers. I don't know if Heath left it unlocked or what, but they all enter the house looking for her. Like, they're all over the place. Everybody's touching everything.
Oh, my God.
And one of the neighbors notices outside by the stoop, Tara's front stoop, that there is a latex glove that's laying in some pine straw, kind of in, like, there's, like, little step rocks, you know, in the walkway, and they're kind of laying by that.
A latex glove.
One latex glove.
Black? Blue?
I think it was blue, if memory serves me right in the picture. But there is a picture of it. So maybe Erin will post that on our social media and you'll get to see that.
Maybe.
If we remember. Okay, so they obviously call the police, right? And they're like, I think we got a crime scene here and we've been all over it.
We found a clue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I tried it on. It wasn't mine.
Oh my God. Also, there is a note that the neighbor picked up the glove and then dropped it. Like,
of course they did.
That might be a clue.
Oops.
So the police arrive shortly after that, and they discover in the home Tara's cell phone had been left inside, but her purse and keys were gone, but her car was still there. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, well, so a robber or somebody could have taken a purse. You know, not necessarily
Knowing
thinking
her keys were in
yeah,
there.
like that her keys are there, but like
Right.
just snatch the purse because that's where you keep money, right?
Exactly. So because
Joke's on you guys. There's no money in my purse.
honestly, and you'll never guess the pin. I'll cancel the card before then.
Right.
So because her purse and keys were missing, the police believed that she had willingly left with somebody that she knew.
Without her phone.
Without her phone.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Maybe.
Semantics.
Semantics.
I'm looking at the whole picture and saying bullshit.
I disagree.
So they also discovered that the clothes that she had worn to the barbecue, they were bunched up on the floor, suggesting that after the barbecue, she did come home first.
Yeah, okay.
And then there was a whole 24 hour, maybe not a whole 20, pretty close to 24 hours in between there before Heath came in and didn't find anything, right?
Yeah.
So they do know she came home after the barbecue. Immediately, the police pulled in the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which is known as the GBI, because they just had the feeling that something was off and the small town police wasn't going to be able to fix this, right? They're like, we're going to need some help here.
Yeah, we need the fucking marshals out here or whatever.
Right. When the GBI investigated, they found no signs of forced entry into Tara's home, but they did find makeup
Except for that credit card fucking thing. Like, there was forced entry, though.
that
I'm
we
glad
know
that you
of.
didn't find any, but there was some.
And that it was locked before that. Like, she locked the door on her way out.
So maybe you just aren't good at being able to tell.
Yeah, this is weird. So they had no signs of forced entry. I guess nothing was busted in.
Yeah,
you know?
they kicked down the door. Great.
Right. They did find makeup on the counters from the night before when Tara, or, you know, the Saturday before when Tara was helping all the girls. So she hadn't been home that Sunday to clean, clearly.
God, the judgment.
Well, the clues, okay?
All right.
Her bed was unmade and a lamp in her room had been knocked on the ground and broken.
Ooh.
So to me, that sounds like a struggle somewhere,
Yeah.
but okay. Outside in the front yard.
Unless it was a neighbor.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's too many of us in here.
Yeah.
Fucking bumped into this lamp.
Big booty Judy knocked it over. So, outside in the front yard, the police, the GBI, they discovered the discarded latex glove just steps from her stoop, and in the glove, they were able to recover DNA.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it was unknown male DNA.
Okay.
Um,
Unity.
I don't know where to put this, so I'm sticking it here, but on October 26th, 2 days after Tara went missing, her neighbor decided to take her car to be detailed, which I find super random.
What the
But
fuck?
nobody else mentions it. They're just like, anyway, and the neighbor took the car to get detailed. And this is a
Like-
point 2 days later where we know she's missing and we know nothing else.
As you do, always. Do you have a standing appointment?
Right? Like,
Are
are you
you
just
a
helping her
mobile
out?
detailer and you fucking help her out every time? What the fuck?
What the fuck? Actually,
I would arrest him. I would just arrest him.
Just
like,
go ahead and come
you know
with
what?
me.
Until we find her, you're fucking under arrest.
Let me get the cookies out of the oven.
Stop trying to be helpful.
Come
What
with
the
me.
fuck?
Have a seat. Agreed. Agreed to all of that. And
Learn your lesson.
This
Don't
is-
touch other people's stuff.
this is my personal opinion. Based off of what I hear on how everything unfolds, I feel like Tara was like very, I don't want to say controlled, but like a lot of people were in her business, okay? Because there's rumors about her, and I don't want to spread rumors really, but like it sounds kind of like maybe a lot of guys were into her. She was a beauty pageant.
She was a fucking beauty pageant person.
Yeah, so there's a lot of rumors of like, were they messing around or were they just friends? Which, you know, whatever. Fuck you. Wait until she tells you. But
the amount of guys that were probably trying to shoot their shot at least, and they're like, I'll take your car to get detailed.
Yeah, exactly. And then like the parents, I mean, not to judge, I think it's great she noticed right away that her daughter wasn't answering. But like the mom had like asked the neighbors before Heath, I didn't even write all this because I was like, well, nothing came of it, but asked the neighbors to go check on Tara too. And they said nothing had happened. But now that he detailed her car, maybe that's fucking suspicious. Anyway, but like the mom called the neighbors right away, and the neighbors were like answering a lot of questions about Tara. Like they knew everything about her routine and everything, which I realize on the outside in isn't that creepy. But like when I read all about it, I'm like, God damn, a lot of eyes on Tara. Okay?
Yeah, I don't like that. It makes me
I wouldn't like
uncomfortable.
that as Tara. Like, all right, guys, leave me alone. But also, she is missing, so good. It's a good thing.
I'm not even entirely sure how many people live in the house next to me. And it's not like an insane number.
I don't know
it's
either.
3 or 2 or 1.
I don't know either.
That's not a lot. But like,
the house across my street, I have no idea.
that's how much I mind my fucking business.
Samesies, girl. These people didn't grow up in the ghetto. But also, so then that makes me think maybe the neighbor did have a standing appointment. Like maybe she was kind of like cared for a lot and people did a lot for her. I don't fucking know.
I mean, I could see that as a beautiful lady that someone is going to, you know,
I'm
do
the
chores
man,
for
I'll
you.
take your car to get an oil change because I'm a close family friend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
all
if she
that.
doesn't have a man to go do that for her, which you don't need a man, be independent, you're fine. But
right.
Like maybe he did it every Friday. Or
Fucking
whatever
weird though.
fucking day
She's
it was.
missing, man. He's like, oh, she's gonna have a nice clean car when she gets back.
Yeah.
Or there's a clue, homie.
Or you just erase some DNA or
Yeah.
evidence. What the fuck?
I thought that was weird.
Yeah,
But-
arrest him.
and I just kind of put it there in the middle of nowhere. So back to the DNA on the glove. Okay.
Yes.
Obviously, they
Unknown
run
male.
it. They run it through all the fucking directories of DNA,
CODIS and all that.
and they find no hits. And they also obviously test like every man in Tara's life, and they get no hits. Not every man, but
Oh.
all the main ones.
Okay.
You know? Especially the ex-cop boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Marcus over there. They test him. He's fine. So we don't know whose DNA it is. It's kind of floating around. Now, many volunteers of the community come together to search for Tara, but the search efforts return like empty-handed.
Yeah.
They don't get any more clues. They have fucking no idea. She just disappeared. Hundreds of interviews were conducted and hundreds of leads were investigated, but all of these efforts never produced any credible information as to where Tara was. Now, back to what I was trying to say there a second ago. One main suspect, of course, was Tara's now ex-boyfriend, Marcus, who had just broken things off with her only 2 weeks prior to her disappearance. Like I said, their relationship was kind of described as tumultuous, and it sounds like they were both kind of cheating on each other, but that's my personal opinion. I don't know that for a fact. But it's clear that Tara was in love with Marcus and shook by it.
Okay.
However, Marcus had a really good alibi that night. I guess he was at a bar with a former cop partner or something. So, I mean, a really good alibi in the fact that you can trust a former cop partner, but also I feel like they would lie for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you? Because I feel like they're very protective of their own.
Right. I feel like this is a theme for the whole case where it's like, okay, that's suspicious of the neighbor to take her car. Also, okay, cop boyfriend, like, all right, that's who your alibi is, but it worked. Everybody is like, oh, nope, nothing to see here. And
Semantics.
none of their DNA matched the gloves.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
our one piece
But
of...
the glove might not even be related.
Right.
It could be from a maintenance guy who did a fucking toilet in the apartment upstairs and threw
Right.
it out the window.
Right. Now, I think she lives in a house, but still,
All
fair.
right,
It could
but
be
either way.
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, the glove is outside.
It could be from the neighbor detailing the car.
Right. And I don't know that Tara's DNA was ever found on the glove or anything.
Okay.
Now, another suspect that popped up was Anthony Vickers, who was a past student of Tara's who became obsessed with her
Okay.
when she was his teacher. She saw him as the trouble student and like took him under her wing, and he was like, "She's a babe.
She
I'm
cares.
obsessed." Yeah,
We're going to get married. Hot
Exactly.
for teacher.
exactly.
Got it.
So I guess he showed up at Tara's house unannounced one day in March of 2005. So like just a few months prior to her disappearance. And Tara had to call the cops because she was like, this is wildly inappropriate. You can't just show up here declaring your love or whatever. You need to go on now, get. And he wouldn't go on now, get. So she had to call the cops.
No.
But they could never connect Anthony to her disappearance.
Okay.
It's just another suspicious male in her life.
Yeah.
Talk about being
the problem.
a chick.
Being, a pretty girl.
A pretty girl, yeah. The other suspect was that cop friend Heath Dykes, who had like used the credit card to shimmy to get in.
Who broke in to her house.
Yeah, because he essentially broke into Tara's house during the time that she was missing, and he could be lying about what he found.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's rumors that they could have been fooling around also.
Yeah. But you're a cop. You could have been like, hey, my friend is missing. I'm going to do a wellness check. Yeah. Bring my fucking partner with me.
Let's go ahead and put a report on this in case it ever comes up later.
Yeah.
Where's my body cam in 2005?
Right. Yeah.
So time stretched on, and despite involving the GBI, Tara's case started to go cold as they got no further tips or leads.
Oh, no.
As to what happened to Tara. She simply just disappeared. In 2008, her case got renewed attention when CBS aired a 48 Hours mystery episode, which highlighted the similarities in Tara's case to another missing persons case, which was a young woman by the name of Jennifer Jesse, who had gone missing in Orlando, Florida, 3 months after Tara. I did not look into that case at all. Okay. I don't know what the similarities were. Probably just she's fucking gone.
Yeah. Gone, purse is missing.
Right. And like relatively on the same side of the United States.
Yeah, the world.
So in February of 2009, a video started circulating the internet of a self-proclaimed serial killer dubbed the, quote, Catch Me Killer, who posted videos detailing what he claimed to be his 16 female victims. And based on descriptions that he gave, the GBI felt that one of his victims may have been Tara. In the video, the man digitally disguised his face and voice, but investigators were able to trace the video back to 29-year-old Andrew Haley.
They were like, unredact.
Yeah, let me go ahead and
let me just
see that.
Highlight this.
And when they apprehended Andrew, they quickly discovered that the videos were part of an elaborate hoax, and he was ultimately eliminated as a lead in Tara's case.
Oh, so he's
that's
just a
fucked up.
Fucking dick.
Yeah,
because this is 2008,
so
9, the year of Tumblr. Right, he's trying to be edgy and
4chan.
Cool. Yeah, got his little fucking blog going.
Exactly.
Okay.
So around the 2016's 2017 timeframe, a podcast called Up and Vanished picked up Tara's case, where each episode was dedicated to deep diving Tara's case, which reignited public interest in her disappearance. And it's this podcast that is often credited to helping bring the case to a close.
Ooh,
because
there's going to be a close?
There's a close. Sorta. A big break came in the case when on February 23rd, 2017, the GBI announced that they had gotten a tip which led to an arrest of a man by the name of Ryan Alexander Duke. Okay, let me tell you about Ryan. Duke of
Earl. I was like, what is that? Until you stopped and I was like, I know that song.
Just gotta say it in the right cadence. Okay, anyway, so Ryan Duke. Turns out Ryan was a student at Irwin County High School, the same school that Tara worked at as a history teacher. Okay. Ryan had attended the school 3 years prior to her disappearance, along with his friend Bo Dukes. No relation. Okay.
Bo Dukes, if he doesn't drive a goddamn whatever they drove in Dukes of Hazzard.
I feel like he's got to fucking sell baked beans on the road or something. You know, because the
like
dog Duke, the
Bo
baked
Duke's beans. You know, we call them BDBs.
Yeah, exactly. According to Bo's girlfriend, Ryan's friend, right? Bo's girlfriend,
yes.
Bo's girlfriend, who is actually the one who came forward to the GBI.
The Bo's girlfriend did?
Bo's girlfriend is the big break.
Okay. She came forward about Bo's friend,
Ryan. To the GBI. Okay. She said that Bo, what she has said, was that Bo admitted that he had helped Ryan cover up Tara's murder.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that, Bo? Obviously, both men were brought in for questioning. They were like, why would you do that?
Arrest them both. Arrest the neighbor. Arrest them both. Arrest Heath.
What's going on?
Fucking lock them all up. Stop trying to be helpful.
So when they bring him in for questioning, according to Bo, he said that Ryan was the one who killed Tara and had come to Bo after the fact, asking him to help him discard her body.
Okay.
Together, the pair brought her to a pecan orchard that Beau's family owned.
What does a pecan orchard look like? Is it trees?
Trees with pecan trees. Yeah, just rows of pecan trees, I imagine.
Okay.
And together, Beau and Ryan burned Tara's body out there in the orchard over a period of 2 days.
What the fuck?
What
and
the
this
fuck?
is Beau's family's orchard?
Yeah, and Beau didn't do the murdering. He says Ryan murdered her, called him, was like, Beau, I need some help. And Beau was like, yeah, bring her over.
We ride it on.
I got a spot to burn her.
To the pecan orchard.
Right. Interesting, right? So when they interviewed Ryan, he admitted to the fact that on the night that Tara went missing, he had broken into her house and he was high on drugs and he was digging through her purse, stealing from her when Tara snuck up behind him, surprised him. Not like she was like,
someone in my house.
Don't be suspicious. No, she just like surprised him, right? And
she arrived at her home.
Startled him and he hit her.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't admit to murdering her or anything, just says hit her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ryan's story, evidently.
Okay.
So he only admits to that, but he doesn't admit to killing or anything like that.
Well, they're like, yeah, what happened after you hit her? Did she
So
lay
then-
down dead?
And then,
Yeah.
did she not?
Is that how the lamp broke? Like,
Yeah.
there's more to this story, my friend.
Right. But we don't get that. When the investigators compared Ryan's blood to the DNA found on the latex glove outside, it was a match. It was Ryan's DNA.
This motherfucker was high on drugs and using gloves.
Evidently, this must have been like his MO.
This was either planned or he was on drugs. You know?
Right?
They
And it's
can't have
crazy
both.
that it's his high school teacher, like from 3 years ago. Like, go home.
Yeah.
Go find a house you don't know. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Unless he thought she was rich because she's pretty.
I'm pretty sure he's lying. I'm sure he was going to try to do something,
Rape her or something.
like
Yeah.
that. I don't
Be
know.
nefarious.
That's my take. But
Yeah.
he's robbing her.
I just-
surprise.
Don't. I mean, I guess what kind of drugs, you know?
Right.
Is it just, I feel like I've never seen a crackhead wear gloves, you know?
I'm not sure I have either.
Or like a meth head. They're not going to be thinking like that.
I mean,
if they're
seen
breaking
a lot of
in,
chefs use gloves.
chefs are murderers.
They always are.
They have knives. It's been right in front of us the whole time.
And they like drugs.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. But it was
I
a
don't
blue
know.
one. It wasn't a food grade black one.
Yeah, it's different. Also, what's the difference between a line cook and like a chef, you know?
I know. I kind of did just give the line cook a lot of credit with the
Mhm.
title of chef.
Mm-hmm. Like he's not.
Or like the
Sir, this is a
assistant, too.
Wendy's.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
but it's his DNA, and
His
allegedly
DNA.
he was on drugs. Do we know what kind of drugs? We don't know what kind of drugs.
I don't know what kind of drugs.
Okay.
I'm guessing meth. I'm guessing the real shit because if they're like, you were just high on weed, he probably would have ate the snacks in the house.
He would have been like, oh no, how'd she get here? Do you want to sit down and watch this movie with me? I got distracted.
I'm so nervous you're going to perceive me in your house.
My
Stealing
kid,
your shit.
yesterday we were watching the new Addams Family. I don't know if it's new. We were watching Addams Family, but it's like a cartoon thing or whatever. And Wednesday comes out wearing pink, and Morticia says, pink is a gateway color. And my kid's like, what does that mean? And I was like, let me explain drugs to you and how some of them are okay.
And some of them will lead to other things.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so back to Ryan, right? DNA is a match. Even though Ryan never admitted to Tara's murder, the GBI claims that Ryan was likely surprised by Tara when she showed up in the middle of his burglary.
Mhm.
And Ryan chose to attack and strangle her and then remove her body from the home, where he would have then called Beau to ask him to help her burn her family in Beau's orchard, right?
Okay.
Orchard.
Either which way, he was there. He was the one that did it. We don't necessarily know why.
Right. GBI is like, even though you're not admitting it, this is our theory.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know why they think strangulation, but I guess that's their theory, right? Like, oh, he probably didn't come there to kill. It was an interrupted burglary. He went for the strangle, killed her. Okay?
Mhm.
On March 3rd, 2017, shortly after Ryan's arrest, Beau Dukes was arrested for attempting to conceal a death and for hindering apprehension and for tampering with evidence.
Okay.
So they got him for a couple things, right?
Yeah, and for desecration of a body.
And for desecration of a body and for burning it for 2 days in your family orchard. What the fuck, Beau?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, fun fact is that Beau was actually a friend of Tara and her family for years. Like, they were family friends. And he was like, yeah, I'll take care of that. I'll keep your secret.
What the fuck?
The fuck? By August of 2017, a grand jury had added additional charges to the Dukes, both of them, for making false statements, because it turns out that in 2016 they had been interviewed for this and they were like, no, we didn't do anything. We have no idea
What?
what's going on. Yeah. So they added that on. Okay?
Yeah.
Bo Dukes was tried first and in March of 2019, and he was found guilty for his role in helping cover up Tara's murder, and he was sentenced to 25 years in prison.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Ryan Duke's trial was set for May of 2022, where he pled not guilty, and he blamed Bo for Tara's murder.
What?
Okay, so Ryan claims he gave a false confession in 2017 because he was actually afraid of Bo.
Oh, yeah.
And that he didn't break into Tara's house or anything.
Except for the DNA.
And that Bo was the one who actually woke Ryan up the morning of Tara's death, asking Ryan to help conceal the body. Like, help me get this body out. I've got an orchard that we're going to go burn her at. Okay?
Okay.
So Ryan is like, it wasn't me. I lied back there. It was Bo, and he claims he's afraid of Bo.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now, I don't really believe him because he changed his story. I think that that's fake, but also could be because then Bo would, like, have known about her from being a family friend and stuff, and maybe he's been pining over her for, like, whatever years and, like, aha, I'm going to get her.
Right.
But also, Ryan's DNA is at the scene.
But also, I think both Ryan and Bo are, like, known drug addicts, too. Like, kind of the riffraff of the town.
But also, that could explain why a drug addict was wearing gloves. Because, like, what if Bo called him and was like, yo, this shit just happened, and Ryan was like, I'm going to need gloves before I get over there.
And he showed up with gloves.
Showed up with gloves because he already knew what he was going to deal with.
Yeah, but what an idiot to take him off in the fucking driveway.
He's a drug addict.
Yeah, yeah, fair.
He's like, done with these.
Okay, so to further Ryan's point, his lawyers argued that the latex glove with Ryan's DNA on it could have been planted by Bo.
Yeah, from his Wendy's line cook job or whatever.
Right. So Ryan denies ever even being at the house or whatever now that he's in trial.
Okay.
On May 20th, 2022, a jury acquitted Ryan of murder.
What?
Aggravated assault and burglary.
What?
And found him guilty of concealing a death. He was given a maximum sentence of 10 years.
What?
Right? That's fucking crazy. Tara's remains have never been conclusively recovered. Investigators were able to retrieve bone fragments from the orchard, but none of them have been definitively identified as Tara's, and no one has legally been held responsible for the murder of Tara.
What the fuck?
So Bo got in trouble for, like,
allegedly just covering up.
Right. Ryan got in trouble for helping conceal a death.
They should have at least been charged the exact same.
Nobody was charged for the actual killing of her.
But but Ryan should have at least gotten 25 years. Like the same as Bo.
Bo got more than Ryan, and from the beginning we thought that Ryan did the killing. Like, it's so fucking confusing, and
that's fucked up.
And even if Bo did do the killing, then 25 is not enough.
Right.
Like, because he's probably going to get off because they're going to be like, oh, it's for this, that, and the other, and he's been good for 12 years, so we'll go ahead and let him go. It's not as bad as murder, but one of them fucking murdered her.
Yeah.
And I think
or
it's
both
crazy.
Of them.
I know. I think it's crazy that we still don't really have her remains. Like, there's bone fragments out there, and it'd be weird if they lied about it. Like, yeah, we burned an animal and we're lying about burning her. Like, that'd be a stupid thing to lie about, so we can assume it's her. But the fuck? I have so many questions. Like, the GBI is like, she got strangled and that's how she died. But is that really how she died? What happened to her?
You have no idea.
Did they hold her for a full 24 hours before they burn her? When did they burn her? When was that? They said it was the next day or whatever, but when was it really? Can we do the forensics on that?
Right.
Like, was she held captive? What? I have questions.
No. I'm going to go with no because that will make me sad if she was, you know?
I think the assumption, too, yeah, for sure. I think the assumption, too, is that she came home from the barbecue and interrupted the burglary. But then she had changed. So then maybe he broke in the middle of the night, and that's why her lamp was knocked over. Like, you wake up to some man, like, what the fuck?
Well, she could have, you know, when you get home, you don't fucking clear your house or whatever. So she could have come home and been, like, glad to be home, gone to her master bedroom and taken off her clothes to get changed. Then, heard some shit or been like, oh, fuck, is there a guy in my bathroom? You know, like, oh, no. Now
I don't know for sure because I didn't look up a picture of her house, but I feel like her house was kind of small, like a one-bedroom, whatever. Like, you would hear somebody in there, I would think. Like,
but also, if they were like, uh-oh, someone's home, and, like, standing still, I'm not going to be like, let me check my kitchen corners.
Right, like you said, you're not clearing each room, for sure. I don't fucking know, but I find it wildly irritating that we don't actually know what the fuck happened and that nobody has been charged with her murder.
That's crazy. That blows my mind that Ryan would get significantly less time than Bo.
Yeah.
Especially considering he did the exact same things as Bo, technically. He also helped burn her body, and he concealed a death and whatever. Like, all of those things that Bo was charged with, Ryan should have been charged with.
Right.
One of them also should have been charged with murder, but whatever,
Isn't
fine.
that crazy?
If you're not going to, then they both should have gotten 25 years. It's nuts that he would get 10.
I wonder what the evidence looked like in that case. For Ryan's case, to, like, justify that Bo really was that bad of a guy to him, that he was so afraid of them, you know?
Right.
Like, I wonder what that was.
I
Because
wonder
it
if he was just,
convinced
like,
a jury.
Bigger guy or something.
I don't know. Well, they kind of looked, I mean, I've seen pictures. It must be their mugshots, so they look a little rough, but, like, they just look like
dudes.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. Fucking crazy. But also, I think it's interesting, too, that it was that Up and Vanish podcast that I think it was, like, they were asking, like, if you have any information, come forward. And that's when Bo's girlfriend was like, I have some shit, and came forward, I think, to the podcast. And then the podcast was like, you need to go to the police for this.
It's kind of really funny, too.
Yeah.
Just the state of affairs that these girls that are, you know, true crime aficionados and stuff, she's like, oh shit, I'm gonna be on a podcast.
We're like the informants of the world.
Right.
Have you heard about those people, like, you know, going on dating apps for ICE people and, like, going on dates with them and then, like, getting intel and shit?
No. Yeah. Funny. Like, where are you gonna be next week?
Yeah. Who are you raiding next? Let me give this away to my people.
This is like a double agent or whatever,
it is,
right?
Or
a secret agent.
Right?
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy,
That's
though?
fun.
I wonder what Bo's girlfriend's take is. Like, does she think Bo did it, or does she Ryan
believe
did
him?
It?
Yeah.
Or was she trying to cover for Bo? I don't know, guys.
Right.
But poor Tara.
But also, if she's trying to cover for Bo, then she probably just never would have come forward, you know?
Yeah, I would think so. Unless she wants to get ahead of it and control the narrative.
Or if she wants to be, you know,
on a podcast.
Like
the one who broke the case.
Yeah, she wants to be somebody.
If you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, you should go to our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. What was that? At ISGD Podcast is what I meant to say.
There you go.
If you want to email us, you can do that at isgdpodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to snail mail us, you could do that at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
Do you ever think people listen to us on like 1.5 times or 2 times, and then we hit those little streaks where it's like, the fuck did they just say?
We're like the end of a medical commercial.
Yeah. There was a point in my life when I thought I could do that job.
Oh, me too. Also,
like if
they
I knew the
speed it
script,
up,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
So.
for sure.
Yeah.
It probably has to be like a certain amount of words per minute.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Bye.